Hi everyone, my name is Siti. I am an ESD consultant at Green A Consultants. Today, I will be talking about the water challenges that Singapore facing. During the 1960s and 1970s, widespread flooding at low-lying areas in city centre was a common sight. Over the next few decades, our National Water Agency, PUB, has taken great efforts to reduce Singapore's flood-prone areas from 3,200 hectares in 1970s to just 28 hectares today. Below is a map comparing flood-prone areas during the 1970s versus now, from blue to pink. However, in recent years, with climate change, Singapore is not fully insulated from the risk of flash flood. With climate change, temperature levels are increasing and the ice caps in the North Pole and South Pole are increasingly melting. Currently, the average sea level in Singapore is already 14 centimeter higher compared to pre-1970s levels. Sea levels are expected to rise up by 1 meter by 21,100. As Singapore experiences increased sea levels, we will need to increase our ability to protect against flood. Ever wondered why you have to climb flight of stairs before entering an underground MRT station? This is one way how the entrance of the station is designed to be higher than the ground level for flood protection. The climate around us is changing rapidly, and in Singapore, we are witnessing more frequent occurrence of flash flood due to more intense rainfall. The recent flash flood in April 2021 was the heaviest rainfall in 40 years, which resulted in water levels in several drains and canals reaching nearly 90% of the water capacity. To prepare for future floods, Singapore is set to spend 1.4 billion more on drainage improvement project in the next 5 years. This is on top of the 2 billion drainage works since 2012. At sea level rise, Singapore is also increasingly at risk of flooding and is investing $5 billion to exploring ways to protect our shoreline. Besides preventing flooding, it is important to understand our history in addressing water challenges surrounding water supply. Imagine 4 times a week you will receive no water for 6 hours. While that was what happened during our pre-independence year, back in 1963, Singapore was faced with severe drought and the public was encouraged to use less water. However, water consumption did not decrease and a 10-month water rationing was imposed between April 1963 and February 1964. Areas around in Singapore sometimes have water supply being cut off for 12 hours, 3 times a week. While that may be in the past, Singapore is certainly facing new challenges to our water supply. Singapore sources its water from a diversified supply of water, also known as the 4 national taps: water from local catchment areas, imported water, new water, and desalinated water. Firstly, our reservoirs such as McRitchie Reservoir and Kranji Reservoir helps to collect rainfall, which can then be used for drinking water. The opening of the Marina Barrage in 2011 allowed 2/3 of Singapore's land to collect and store water. The reservoir also served as a place to host popular water activities such as canoeing, fishing, and kayaking. However, in Singapore, as a land-scarce country, there is a limited space to capture rainwater and reuse for drinking water. For imported water, Singapore has signed 2 water agreements with the Johor government to supply water. However, the first agreement expired in 2011, when the second agreement is set to expire in 2061. Singapore will no longer be able to draw 250 million gallons of water every day. However, we should not rely on just these 2 national taps. To reduce our vulnerability of supply shortage and climate change disruption, Singapore is sourcing water from the 2 more national taps, such as new water and desalinated seawater for more self-sufficiency. The third water tap is our local new water, which treats used water base by filtering the bacteria, solid, and viruses through a membrane. Introduced in 2003, The supply of new water helps us meet the water demand. However, the technology to produce new water is expensive. As of 2017, new water can meet up to 40% of the city waters. And come 2060, new water will be able to meet up to 55% of the city water needs. As for the last national tap for Singapore, our water supply comes from desalinated water. Desalination is when energy is used to make seawater drinkable by removing dissolved salts and minerals. However, just like new water, desalinated water takes up a huge amount of energy too. In 2021, Singapore managed to be one of the few countries in the world to use power 100% of all waterworks using solar panels. Singapore plans to further lower energy consumption from desalination process from 3.5 kilowatts per meter cube to 2 kilowatts per meter cube by 2025. So why save water? These taps use 5 to 7 more times for treatment as compared to treating water. This translates to higher cost to us as well. Therefore, besides increasing our water supply ability, we also need to look at how much water we are consuming. Unfortunately, household water consumption is on the rise for the second consecutive year in 2020. The amount of water used daily per person in Singapore increased from 154 liters of water in 2020 to 158 liters of water in 2021. Household water consumption has been decreasing from 2015 to 2019. However, with the COVID-19 pandemic and with Singaporeans spending more time at home due to work from home and home-based learning, domestic consumption has been on the rise. Under the Singapore Green Plan 2030, which is a 10-year plan to advance Singapore's national agenda, Singapore will aim to reduce household water consumption to 130 liters per capita per day. So which appliances and the type of activities responsible for water usage in our household? The latest household water consumption study conducted by PUB found that showering, flushing, kitchen, and laundry represent the largest water consuming areas in household, a total of 77% of total water usage. The survey also revealed that more can be done to encourage efficient water use. 50% of households wash their laundry in the washing machine when it is not fully loaded. So how can we reduce water usage? Just follow WATER, water, as promoted by PUB. W, do not use the washing machine just for a few pieces of clothing, but for a full load. A, for liquid waste, please use the half flush button when possible. T, do not leave the tap running while soaping. Turn off the shower tap. E, do not leave the tap running while brushing your teeth and use a cup to brush your teeth. R, to avoid wasting extra water, do not wash vegetables under a running tap and rinse a container. To reduce water consumption in your family, it also means everyone will need to do our part to save water. Did you know there are also free water saving habits handbook available in PUB website for you to share with your domestic helper? Please scan the above QR code to find out more. These handbooks are available in different languages such as Bahasa Indonesia, Burmese, and Tamil. Thimbles are button-like accessories for taps and shower heads, which help to control the tap and shower head water flow. These thimbles contain 3 and 4 holes, which can be easily installed. Also, you can request for a set of thimbles in the PUB water saving kit from PUB. But how do you install it? Let's take a look at a video by PUB.
Hi everyone, I'm Peggy, Social Media Ambassador of PUB Singapore, and today I'm here to share with you on saving water at home. With this water saving kit, you can actually install the timber. First of all, you have to unscrew the tap. Take out this light green washer. Replace it with the right size of timber. Fix it back. Ta-da! Simple as that. Just within 1 minute and I'm already completed. If I can do it, so can you. Every drop counts. Use water wisely.
To reduce water usage, it is also important to choose products that are water efficient. Water labels are mandatory to be on products such as taps, urinals, washing machine, and dishwasher. On the water labels, there are ticks indicating how much water does the product save. The more number of ticks, the more water it saves. The watermark ticks indicate the total number of ticks that can be attained for the electrical appliances. Only washing machine and dishwasher have a maximum of 4 ticks. Come 2023, all water flush valve installation must be at least 2 ticks. For a typical 7 kilogram washing machine with 4 ticks, up to 52.5 liters of water can be saved as compared to 21 liters of water for 2 ticks washing machine. To better understand water consumption pattern, PUB will also be installing about 300,000 smart water meters in respective new and existing residential area in areas like Bukit Batok and Tampines. These allow residents to have real-time tracking of their water usage, and residents will also be notified when there are unusual water usage and potential leaks through the PUB smart water meter account. Earlier trial reveals that households can achieve water saving of about 5%. Next, the way we water our plants also plays a role in the amount of water used. Different plants have different water needs. There is no one-size-fits-all rule. To control the amount or how frequent water should be given to the plants, for plants with fine root system or those that grows in wet soil condition like the Venus flytrap, they prefer their roots to be wet at all time, and they will die if the soil turns dry. However, plants like cacti survive better in dry soil condition and prefer soil to be drier between each watering. They will rot and die if given too much water. This also applies to other tropical plants like succulents. To determine how much water plants need, we should never just look at the color of the soil surface. One easy way to judge how much water a plant needs is to do the finger test. Place your hand about an inch below the soil surface and feel it with your hand. If the soil is wet or dry, you should water your plants when the top few centimeters of the soils are dry. Another method is leave the plant pots. A light pot would mean that the water has been lost and the plants need more water. With water being a crucial aspect for potted plants to grow, it is important to avoid underwatering. The plants may turn weak, its leaves will turn yellow, making it an easy target for pests and diseases. Also, do not give your plants too much water. Their roots may rot in a soil filled with water. Plants that are under direct sunlight will also lose water more easily, so they will need more frequent water than plants that are under shade. The type of soil mixes also plays a role how the frequency of water to be given. Soil with large amount of organic material like compost hold more water than soil with sand. Also, the pot in which the plants grow matters too. Pots that have the porous holes tend to lose water more easily, and they need more water compared to those in plastic pots. To ensure plants to get the water required, the size of the pots matters too. For leafy vegetables like lettuce and xiaobai, they tend to have shallow roots. So small pots that are 10 to 15 centimeters deep are enough for them to grow. Other vegetables like brinjal, ladyfinger have large root ball, and a deeper pot will necessary to help the plants to stay upright. To judge the correct size of the plants, a general rule is that the plant size should not exceed 2.5 times the size of the container. For example, if the container is 10 centimeters, the pot should not only handle plants that reach 25 centimeters. Now, let's watch a short video on how to do your own DIY self-watering plants. that every drop of water counts. No matter how big or small, we also have a role to play in saving water. We have come to the end of our webinar. Thank you for your participation. Meanwhile, please stay tuned to our upcoming webinar. Please like and share the Terra 2022-2236 Facebook page. Download Terra 2236 from the Google Play or App Store and learn more about sustainability efforts in energy, water, and waste. See ya!